I was skeptical about this one at first. I mean, I've tried a few foldable drones over the years, and most of them either felt flimsy or couldn't handle a light breeze without drifting off course. But then I got my hands on this 6K Backpack 3B model, and honestly, it surprised me more than I expected. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. What really stood out was how easy it was to get this thing in the air. I'm not a professional pilot by any stretch, so when I say it's beginner-friendly, I mean it. The controls are intuitive enough that after a quick run-through of the manual, I was able to take off, adjust altitude, and even do a few basic maneuvers without feeling like I was fighting the drone. That's huge if you're just starting out or if you want something reliable for quick flights without a steep learning curve. Now, the camera quality is where this thing really shines. I've flown drones with 4K cameras before, but the 6K sensor on this one captures way more detail, especially in bright daylight. The footage comes out crisp, with natural colors, and the 3-axis gimbal does an amazing job keeping everything steady even when there's a little wind. I used it last weekend to film a sunrise over the lake near my house, and the footage looked like it could have been shot with a professional camera. That kind of clarity makes a big difference if you're into photography or just want to capture memories without the hassle of editing later. One of the features I didn't expect to appreciate as much was the intelligent flight modes. There's a follow me mode that locks onto a subject and keeps the drone moving with it, which is perfect for action shots or if you're trying to film yourself hiking or biking. There's also a waypoint mode where you can plot a route on the app, and the drone will fly it automatically. I set it up to circle around my backyard while I grilled burgers, and it worked flawlessly. It's not something I'd use every flight, but when I do need it, it's a game saver for getting those cinematic shots without having to manually control every move. The brushless motors are another standout. They're quieter than the brushed motors you find on cheaper drones, and they give the thing a bit more stability in the air. I flew this in some pretty gusty conditions last month, and it barely wobbled. Plus, the battery life is solid. I was able to get about 25 minutes of flight time per charge, which is on par with what you'd expect from a drone in this price range. That's enough time to get some good footage without constantly worrying about swapping batteries. The foldable design is practical too. I can toss this thing in my backpack along with a few extra batteries and a charger, and it fits without taking up too much space. That's a big deal if you're traveling or just want to keep your gear compact. The build quality feels sturdy enough for the occasional bump or light crash, which is reassuring if you're still getting the hang of flying. Now, it's not perfect. The app can be a little glitchy at times, especially if your phone's connection isn't the strongest. I had to restart it a couple of times when it froze mid-flight, which is annoying but not a deal-breaker. Also, while the camera is great in good lighting, the low-light performance isn't as impressive. If you're shooting at dusk or dawn, you might need to tweak the settings or accept that the footage won't be as sharp. But for the price, those are minor issues. Overall, this drone punches above its weight. It's easy to fly, takes stunning footage, and has enough smart features to make it useful for both beginners and more experienced pilots. If you're in the market for a foldable drone that doesn't skimp on quality, this one's worth a look. Check it out using the link below.